Welcome to 5 Minute Bible Study, where I use the King James Bible and discuss some things verse by verse, line by line. Today we're going to do Genesis 3 2 to 5. I'm going to do Genesis 3 2 to 5. It always annoys me when a preacher says we like it's, them and somebody else. Um, I'm going to do Genesis 3 2 to 5. And I've prayed a lot about this when I do these. And I ask God, the Holy Spirit, to touch my heart and open my eyes. So, but I'm not saying that I'm 100% right or you could be wrong or there's no disagreement on my comments or interpretation. So, and these things could be 5 minutes or less. So let me just start. And the woman said unto the serpent, we may eat of the fruit of the trees of the garden, but of the fruit of the tree which is in the midst of the garden, God has said, ye shall not eat of it, neither shall ye touch it, lest ye die. And the serpent said to the woman, ye shall not surely die, for God doth know that in the day ye eat thereof, then your eyes shall be opened, and ye shall be as gods, knowing good and evil. Well, Satan makes the woman, excuse me, whom we later know as Eve, part of his deception, his con game. We learn in verse 6 that Adam is with her, even though it is often told by preachers that Adam could not possibly have stood by and watched his wife get sucked into the con. But later we also see that Adam is quick to blame even God for his actions. Adam is not tricked here, as we understand by what Paul said in a letter to Timothy. He stands by and watches what his wife is being pulled into. 1 Timothy 2:14. And Adam was not deceived, but the woman being deceived was in the transgression. Eve acknowledges that she and Adam are permitted to eat of every tree but one. In fact, she goes beyond what God actually said in neither shall ye touch it. We often do that with doctrine. God ordains a thing and we go beyond what he said to satisfy our own imaginings, making our new improved rule God's standard when in reality we have played the part of Eve. Here then, Satan makes a shocking statement, calling God a liar or calling into question what God meant by what he said. This is one of the most profound examples of wickedness in history, repeated by every drunk and drug addict before they take their first drink or shoot up the first time. Every sexually immoral person considering their lust, every teenage boy with a heavy foot on the gas pedal, and every hot-tempered man of violence. Ye shall not surely die. Oh, yes, you will, Sparky. Some people might claim that Satan is telling Eve that they misunderstood what God meant by what he said, but what God said was so clear as not to be uncertain at all. Satan simply denies that what God said was true. Satan basically tells them that God has tricked them, and what he is doing is preventing them from being gods as gods themselves, having a knowledge of good and evil. Their eyes would be open, but while what he is suggesting seems desirable, being as gods, knowing good and evil comes at a price too horrible to contemplate, for death is at the end of that road. To disobey God when there is only one thing you can do on earth that constituted disobedience, and the consequence of that one thing was too high a price to pay for such knowledge, was the great tragedy of history. We believe that we must have what we want, and to get it, we are willing to either deny that what God says will actually happen, or, as in the following passage, we simply justify it in our mind. And tomorrow, the next time I do this, we're going to go through Genesis 3 6 to 8, and it's just a powerful section. It's going to be longer than 5 minutes, just to warn you ahead of time. I thank you for watching. I really enjoy this, and hope you got something out of it.